Hi, I'm Dr. Gabby, holistic health expert and founder of the Women in Wellness Career Training, a one-of-a-kind course and community designed to empower and inform you about how to build a purposeful and profitable holistic business. This is a preview of the first annual Women in Wellness Career Summit, where I interview a group of extraordinary speakers who share honest and insightful information about the strategies that you need to be successful. If you want to access the entire interview as well as the entire summit, you can sign up for free at tinyurl.com/WIWCS. Whether you're just starting out or you've been doing this a long time, I highly recommend you take advantage of this interview series because it has hundreds of strategies to help you step into your bigger purpose on a whole new level. For today's interview, I've invited Tara Gentile. Tara is a business strategist and author of Quiet Power Strategy. Her work has been featured in Fast Company, Forbes, and in the New York Times bestselling book, The $100 Startup. She's a regular instructor on Creative Live and speaks on entrepreneurship, money, and the new economy all over the world. Welcome. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So I'm a huge fan of your work, and I just recently took your course, Turn Your Service into a Product on Creative Live. And then I was listening to an interview that you did, and I heard a rumor that you always wanted to be a professor. So I'm wondering if that's true and if maybe some of your professor, qualities were coming out in that course.
Yes, absolutely. So that's completely true. And it's something that I absolutely use in my branding. It's something that I use in the way I, formulate the products that I'm going to create, the courses that I'm going to build. We use it even in thinking about the business model as a whole. I always wanted to be a professor. I was on a religious studies track in school. Got accepted to the graduate program that I was dreaming of, had a full ride. I was all ready to go. And then I tell people I got bit by the conventional life bug and thought, wow, this is never going to result in a steady paycheck, any kind of job security, let alone, any kind of wealth. Not that I was even thinking of in those terms back then, but I'm sure it was in the back of my mind somewhere. And so about a week before grad school, I sent an email and said, guys, I'm pulling out. I'm so sorry. This isn't the right time for me. And I took a full-time job in retail management at a Borders Books and Music, which everyone's like, wow, that must have been so fun to work for Borders. And in a lot of ways, it was. I mean, to be surrounded by tens of thousands of books on a daily basis was amazing. But in a lot of ways, it was retail, just like any other retail job. But I learned a lot about sales and marketing and management and human resources, getting the most out of your people, making the most of the time that you have, all of that good stuff. I learned a ton there, but it really wore me down. I was making $28,000 a year, working 50 to 60 hours a week. And it was completely unsustainable. Not to mention that then the company went out of business 2 years after I left. But it was just completely unsustainable. So when I left there to have a baby. I had my baby, and 6 months later, I started my business, started my first website, and it's been just a crazy growth process ever since. But I still carried around a lot of shame of having quit academia and quit the professor track, and I avoided going back to see the professors and the mentors at my college that I absolutely loved for a long time. And when I finally went back, probably I think it was about 2 to 3 years into my business, it was well after I had started making a very good full-time living from what I was doing and really building up my profile. I sat down with my favorite professor and he said, so let me get this straight. You teach and write all day long, right? I was like, yeah. And he said his wife, who's also a professor, same college, same department, said, Noelle is so jealous. And I was like, oh, right. I've made it, to them, I may not be a professor of religious studies like I originally thought I wanted to do, But in many ways, I'm making more money. I have more job security because I'm the one that keeps myself secure. And I get to do the things on a daily basis that they wish they got to do more often. I get to read more. I get to write more. More people read what I write. It's not just being published in, some institutional press and going out to, the wonderful handful of people who are interested in those ideas. I publish every week to 15,000 people, and I teach in front of tens of thousands of people every year. And so that has been a huge transformation for me in seeing that I'm still on the track that I was always on. I'm doing the things that I've always wanted to do, and I'm doing them at a different level of success than I really had ever dreamed of. And so that was a huge wake up moment for me. And that moment continues to be an inspiration to me, and really guides a lot of the choices that I make on a regular basis.